Hello, everyone. This is Tim Blankenship with the Divorce661.com Daily Perspektiv, episode 69. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I'll be sharing what happened today and the consultations and cases we worked on to help our clients with their amicable divorces. To start, we had several new clients come on board today and a wide range of consultations from different counties. Let's dive into the details of the day. The first consultation I want to discuss was from San Bernardino County. This client's case was slightly different from what we typically handle. Normally, we work with 100% amicable and cooperative clients where both parties participate and sign off on everything. However, in this case, the client's spouse was refusing the divorce because she wanted to remain on his health insurance. This would have been a straightforward summary dissolution. A marriage of less than 5 years, no assets, debts, kids, or spousal support. Unfortunately, her refusal means we must proceed with a default without agreement divorce case. I explained to the client that while we try to avoid these cases whenever possible, sometimes they're necessary. We hope that once she is personally served, she won't take further action, allowing us to move forward with the default judgment package after 31 days. I also advised the client of the risks if she decides to file a response, which could complicate the case further. Another new client today was someone who lives in Sacramento while their spouse lives in San Bernardino. When we have clients living in different counties, we always select the court that is easiest and fastest to work with. In this case, we decided to file in San Bernardino rather than Sacramento. Sacramento doesn't allow e-filing for family law cases, which means a much slower process involving mail filing and waiting weeks for documents to process. San Bernardino, on the other hand, allows us to e-file everything, making the entire process much faster and more efficient. This is why it's essential to use a service like Divorce661.com that specializes in divorce and works with every court in California. We also had another client hire us today to take over their open divorce case. Their case had been rejected by the court multiple times. As always, the first thing we do when taking over a case is review everything filed with the court up to that point. Most people don't realize that the court doesn't review documents as they are filed. Clerks simply stamp and file them, and errors often only come to light when the final judgment package is submitted. In this case, we found a major issue. The petition stated there were no minor children, but the response filed by the other party stated there were minor children. Obviously, that was going to be a problem. We corrected all the errors in their paperwork and finalized their judgment package for approval. Another consultation today involved a couple from Los Angeles County. They had been married for less than 10 years and were very amicable. They mentioned they had spoken to a mediator but realized they didn't need one, which is something I often discuss in my videos. Unless you can't agree on the terms of your divorce, mediation isn't necessary. They also asked if intellectual property could be included in the settlement agreement, which it absolutely can. In this case, one spouse wanted to retain 100% of the future profits from intellectual property they'd created, and we included that in the agreement. They also had a unique request involving their cats. The husband would keep them, but the wife would have first right of refusal if he could no longer care for them. We had another consultation with a client in Los Angeles County who had been married since 2007 but separated in 2013. They never filed for divorce and had been trying to reach out to the other party to start the process, but he wasn't responding. I explained that cooperation is crucial to have a smooth process. She asked about doing a default without agreement, but I advised against it because the court would divide community property, including her 401k and pension, without her agreement. I encouraged her to keep trying to reach an agreement before resorting to default without agreement. Another consultation was with a former client from Orange County who we helped back in 2016. They've since remarried and now need to get divorced again. I reassured them that we've handled many second divorces and even cases where we've divorced the same couple twice. They were amicable and already had an agreement, so we're moving forward with their case. We also had a consultation with a client in Riverside County who was referred to us. Their case involved a long-term marriage with assets, debts, pensions, kids, spousal support, and a home, essentially the full package. They want to proceed with an uncontested divorce, and we'll assist them both with their amicable process. One new case today was a summary dissolution. This was tied to a consultation we had earlier, and they hired us to file their case. We were able to complete the entire process and file it on the same day, which is always great to see. Finally, we had a consultation with a client from Sacramento who we initially spoke with 2 years ago. At the time, they were attempting a default without agreement divorce, which led to many complications. The court required her to divide everything equally, including selling her home and dividing her pension and 401k, which she didn't want to do. Now, 2 years later, the couple is amicable, and they hired us to finalize their judgment package and marital settlement agreement. In closing, today was another busy day, and we were able to help a wide range of clients with their amicable divorces. Thank you for watching the Divorce661.com Daily Perspektiv. We'll talk to you tomorrow.